Eastern Time. Dive deep into the heart of MMA with Ringside Report MMA. Join seasoned analysts.
Yes, indeed. It's Ringside Report MMA. Tonight on the show, we're previewing UFC 294. Let's do it.
Let's go!
Indeed. We're here. We're ready. The boys are here. Where are these guys? There they are. Look at them. Look
What's
how
up,
prepared they
homie?
are. Look at these guys.
Prepared, man.
Legends. We got the jiu-jitsu. It's like baby bear, mama bear, papa bear on the screen here. You got a blue belt, a purple belt, a brown belt. You know what I mean? It's kind of. I like the transition there that we have.
Freddie, the new belt, man, the new purple belt in the house.
How'd you like that purple
Training like a
Fanta,
beast.
Fred? I gave Fred a grape Fanta in recognition of his purple belt.
That's cool,
Very
man.
good. Very good.
That's
Yeah,
love,
it's good,
man.
eh? It's a good drink.
Yep.
Okay. Fred, are you going to be with us on? Are you going to be with us
Shut the fuck up.
Saturday afternoon for the UFC 294 watch along? It's 2 p.m. Eastern time. The pay-per-view will begin at 2 p.m. Eastern time. I got a question over on Rumble from Jerry G69 wanting to know what time it started. First prelim is at 10 a.m. Eastern Saturday morning. Main card pay-per-view, our show will start at 2 p.m. Eastern time Saturday afternoon. AJ, are you with me? I don't even know.
Of course I am,
we should
man.
have done this before the show, but
Like, why? Why wait for like before? Let's do it like live.
okay.
Of
So we
course,
got
man.
AJ, we got Dave. We always got Dave. We usually have
top-notch
AJ,
show, man.
but do we have
We're always
Fred?
prepared.
Do we have Fred on a Saturday
Well,
afternoon? That's the
Freddy's
big question.
afternoon, That should be a yes, man. If it's an evening,
Is that a maybe?
I've
Fred,
got him scheduled
see.
in here.
Fred is tentative.
What do you got to do, Freddie, on a Saturday? It's so cold now. Nobody wants to go out
I mean,
anymore.
I got to do the same thing you have to do, but I'm not going to call you out.
Nice. Yeah, but
I'm trying to
sometimes
think,
you know,
what the hell do I have to do, man?
sometimes you got to step aside and do some other stuff.
Good point
All right.
there.
Well, we'll see. We'll see if Freddie will be with us.
Listen,
Tune
these
in
are
to
perfect
find out.
cards, man. These are perfect cards for everybody, man. It's great for us. We could watch it in the afternoon. We still have the night free. Great for like the UK, Ireland, Abu Dhabi, and all that. Everybody has a chance to watch it at a normal time, more or less.
Yeah, it's not bad. I don't mind an afternoon UFC pay-per-view, and the pay-per-view looks fantastic.
It's crazy, man.
Fred
Sick.
does raise a good point, though. With kids, it makes it
Well,
more
you never know.
difficult in the afternoon on a weekend, whereas 10 p.m. on Saturday when everybody's in bed, like it's way easier to schedule and manage that. So, yeah.
Well, you never know
there's
what you
that.
can get, man. You know,
I
along
think
the
that's.
way.
I would prefer. I like the nighttime pay-per-views better because, you know, with the kids, it's harder. Like I want to spend the daytime with them rather than watching UFC. But we'll make an exception this Saturday for the fights. We got some good fights. Islam Makhachev taking on Alexander Volkanovski in a rematch in the main event. Co-main event is Khamzat Chimaev versus former UFC welterweight champion Kamaru Usman in a middleweight fight where the winner will get a title shot. A lot of other good fights coming up on this pay-per-view. We're going to break them all down. I see 12-15%. I see Miss Brooklyn. I see Helium Siam. I see Johnny North in our Twitter chat. Bob Burgers.
Big John.
Johnny North says he might be busy playing Mario Wonder. Are you getting Mario Wonder tomorrow, John? Are you getting it tomorrow? I'm getting it tomorrow. New Mario game drops tomorrow for Nintendo Switch. I am there. I am getting it. Right after jiu-jitsu, I'm going to come home, shower, and then go right back to the GameStop to pick up my Mario Wonder. Yeah.
Damn, you guys.
Yeah. Come on. Looks good. I don't know if I'll have a chance to play at all tomorrow or Saturday or Sunday. Maybe late Monday night. We'll see. At some point,
Listen,
I will play, and it'll be good.
I'm kind of surprised. I just learned something new about Johnny. I didn't know Johnny was into games that much.
Oh, yeah.
I had no idea.
Oh, Johnny North is a big gamer. Johnny North is not
Wow.
only a great pro wrestler, bodybuilder, supreme podcast host, but he's also a very talented video game player. He beat the new Zelda game, Tears of the Kingdom. He beat it. He defeated it.
What?
He finished the game.
Jesus.
And, like, that's very impressive to me. He's like a Zelda guru. I talked to him about Zelda. I ask him questions, how to do things. He knows a lot about video games.
Wow.
He's good at games.
I had no clue.
He's very good
impressed.
at Nintendo games. We play the same type of games, but we don't play together, right? But I assume he's better than me because just the games that he completes, I'm like, how did you beat that level? He's like, I just beat it. I was like, what? So hard. He's like, well, it wasn't that hard. I was like, oh, well, I guess you're really good at this.
So you're telling me
He doesn't have to wait till Monday to play. That's the thing.
That's true. Yeah, he could spend more time on it.
Probably spends hours than you on it.
I don't know, but look at his physique. He's clearly spending a lot of time on that. I don't know.
How
He
does
works
he do it, Johnny,
a lot,
man?
too. He's a busy man. Watches a lot of wrestling.
Man.
He gets it in, though. He figures it out. Big shout out to Johnny North.
He had such a great wrestling match when we watched him last couple of weeks ago, man.
Oh, he's great.
What a guy, man. But this is a new thing. I just learned something with Johnny, man. Johnny's a gamer.
Wow.
You guys should do something live, man. Like, play some game live and see who wins.
Oh.
Like a wrestling game or a UFC game, like, the Battle of the Ringside, man.
Maybe a game that
Listen,
John hasn't played yet that I've got a lot of practice on to give me an advantage.
Listen,
and then
I
he'll
would
still
smash
beat
you
me
guys
and it'll be
if it was
super
Tetris.
embarrassing, What?
If it was Tetris, I would smash you guys. That's what
I don't
I'm really
think
good
so.
at. I even have the I'm telling you, man, I'm good at Tetris.
We can do that, AJ. We do have the capabilities to do that, and I've been teasing it for years. But you actually saying you could beat me at a video game, I think we might have to put that into action. I think we might have to drop some Tetris, and I'll just smash you. And then maybe me and John can play some games, and he can beat me and show us all who the real gamer is.
I'm telling you, Tetris and Frogger, man. Those are my games.
I don't think you're that good at Tetris. I think I'm better than you at Tetris. I'm pretty good at Tetris. Like, pretty damn good.
Listen,
I've been challenged before, and I've been victorious.
What?
Yeah.
Okay, man, it's a showdown.
I've been Tetris challenged before, and I have won. So just so you know, I'm good at those games. Wario's Woods, Dr. Mario, Yoshi's Cookie, Tetris, all those games I'm very good at. I really like Wario's Woods, and I'm very good at Wario's Woods. Like, very good. So don't mess with me,
man,
AJ. I'm serious.
There's so many gamers
games.
on our show, man.
You're not a gamer. Like, you don't really play video games like that, AJ. I would smash you, bro.
Listen, man, I got all my little video.
Let's go.
But when you come to my house, you're gonna see like my video game. I got all the little arcade games all like lined up at the top upstairs here. You can't see it now, but I wish I could turn the camera and show you. I got a lot of games, man. I got Pac-Man over there. I see Tetris. I see Donkey Kong. I see like all kinds of stuff, man. Hey, listen, did you see 12:15?
You don't
how
even
many
know who
hours
Bowser is, bro. I was like, yeah, I was Bowser for Halloween last year, and you're like, who are you? What is that? And I'm like, I'm Bowser. What do you mean? Who I'm King Koopa. I'm freaking Bowser. And you're like, oh, I don't know who that is. I'm like, well, okay. And you're like, oh, I'm a big gamer. What? What are you saying to me? You didn't know who Bowser was. You didn't know who Yoshi was. You probably don't even know who Diddy Kong is. Forget about Dixie. You don't even know.
What?
You
Diddy?
don't know nothing.
I know Diddy,
you don't know
man.
who Diddy Kong is? You don't
Wasn't
know
he
Diddy?
married to the Kardashians? Listen.
That was a good one, though. That was pretty good.
Yeah, I gotta say, man.
He's
I
not,
don't think of that one.
that's, I mean, you're really
completely
confused.
wrong.
You're way off, but like it was kind of funny, like almost.
Listen, did you see 12:15's comment? He spent 12. Did I see that right? 12,000 hours.
He says he
What
spent
the hell,
over
man?
12,000 hours in Team Fortress 2. I have no idea what Team Fortress 2 is. I have no idea. I've never seen that. I've never played that in my life. I don't know that. But one day,
Still, it's pretty impressive.
I should
12,000,
stream
man.
video games. And
Thumbs up.
12-15% is saying Donkey Kong Country, legendary game. It is. But one day
Yeah,
I will
man.
stream myself playing Super Mario World. People need to see me do that. Because Super Mario World, that original, like for SNES, I kill that game. I'm so good at that game. I could beat that game 100% so easily. Everything. Star Road, all the levels. I know that some people like have trouble with that game. That is my game. I need to stream myself playing that. I think people might be impressed by how good I am at that game. That's like the game that I could crush.
But can you beat Johnny? That's the question now.
I don't know. I don't know what his skills are at Super Mario World. I'd be surprised if he could beat it faster than me. Or, like, I don't know. Not that surprised, though. He's quite a man. But, DJ Bourne says GoldenEye is the ish. I like GoldenEye.
DJ!
They released GoldenEye on the Switch Virtual Console. You know that, Fred? Fred's on my family plan.
Yeah, I played maybe 10 minutes, and it was a great game 20 years ago, but
yeah,
it's kind of old now.
I didn't like the controls. I played it with
exactly.
I played it with my Switch controller, and I didn't love it too much, like a Switch Pro, but I have the 64 controller for the Switch. Nintendo released one of those, and I haven't played GoldenEye with that yet, but I feel like that's going to be the way to do it. A lot of those 64 Virtual Console games are way more fun when you have the 64 controller. The problem is they're really hard to get because they're constantly sold out on the Nintendo site. You can only get them from the Nintendo site, and they're permanently sold out. I was able to get one for me, and then a year later, I was able to get one for my mom because she wanted one too, but they're sold out currently. They're impossible to get.
Listen,
DJ Bourne says that's the only game I'll play on Nintendo. Yeah, a lot of people aren't Nintendo people. A lot of people like cell phone games, PlayStation, Xbox, all sorts of variety of games. I'm a Nintendo guy. I really love the Switch. I like the Wii U. I had a Wii U. I played the hell out of that. I got a PS4, but I don't really use it.
I haven't played in years,
really?
But I'll challenge
anyone.
Yeah, sure.
I'll challenge any one of you at Madden. I'll beat you at Madden.
Yeah,
Ooh, that's a good one, man.
I think I haven't played a Madden in a long time. Madden 99, though, I was really good at on the 64. I was real good at Madden 99.
You're saying 24 years ago?
Yeah. I'm old, okay? What do you want? But I got Madden 99 from my friend Chris Godlovich. He gave it to me for my bar mitzvah. Excellent gift. Yo, shout out G Money. Gave me that
Mazel tov.
Madden 99 for my bar mitzvah. Pretty good. Never forget that.
Cool gift.
Tremendous gift. Man. Oh, man. When he gave that to me for my bar mitzvah, I was like, Madden 99, let's go. I was so hyped. That's the kind of thing you remember 24 years later. You remember exactly who gave it to you, when you got it, It was so good. I played the hell out of that game. Yeah.
I want to ask one thing. Who remembers Pong, man? Who was actually one of the guys that played Pong, original?
I mean, I've played it. I've also been challenged at Pong. My buddy Paul, he had a Pong video game on PlayStation or something, PlayStation 2 or something back in the day, and he was the best at it, and he would smash everybody, and then I was like, yo, let me see this Pong, and I started playing him, destroyed him, and he was like, what the hell? Everybody was shocked. Destroyed him at Pong. I'm good at Pong. I'm not bad at video games, AJ, I'm telling you. I'm not
well, that's pretty impressive,
really,
man.
really good, but I got some skills. I'm pretty good. I'm no Johnny North, but I'm all right. We should stream video games. Man. We should. I know I keep teasing it, but we actually should. We should set time down and actually do it. It'd be fun. I think people would like it. Fred, you should play Madden with me. I don't have Madden, but yeah, I don't have a Madden. What Madden are you playing?
Played in a couple of years. I think I have the Madden 22, which is 2 years ago because now they're up to 24.
That's recent. I think maybe the last Madden I played was 2013. It's been a while. How are you at FIFA? It's not
Very
even
good. I have it on Switch.
But it's not even FIFA anymore, right? It's not called FIFA?
Yeah, they changed it. I think it's EA Sport FC, something like that. I haven't bought the new one yet. But I play FIFA on the Switch. It's one of the rare games I still play.
I like FIFA. FIFA was good. I was pretty good at FIFA. FIFA can get real competitive, too. AJ would be terrible at FIFA. AJ, you don't play any of these games, eh?
I like FIFA. Yeah,
you
FIFA
play FIFA?
Played, man. Yeah,
you don't play FIFA, man.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. I played FIFA. My nephews, man. I had to smash them in that. I didn't I
bet you
I had to take my Italian clubs, man. I'm telling you, I played FIFA.
Me, when I'm Team France in FIFA, unstoppable, bro. Unstoppable. Les Bleus, you can't beat me with Les Bleus. All right, well, forget it. This MMA thing isn't working. Let's just turn this channel into a gaming channel. What the hell? What are we doing?
It's all over, man.
You know, let's
Good night,
cut
guys.
all this MMA nonsense. We could talk about fights like in between rounds of video games or whatever. You know, you just see me playing Splatoon here. You know, it'd be fun. I got a lot of video games. I should stream the new
That he
Mario
does.
Wonder.
Why don't you do that, Dave? That
I
would be
don't know,
awesome.
'cause
And
I'm
get Johnny
dumb.
on, man.
Yeah.
Like, seriously?
Yeah, I mean, I
We
would
get a
like
whole
to.
bunch of
I
new
would like
listeners.
to. We should set that up and actually do it. I think you guys have convinced me finally to get it done. I think it
you
would
go.
be fun. I think some people might like it, but I don't know how many. So we'll see. You know. But yeah, me versus Fred, me versus Johnny, Johnny versus Fred, AJ. Like we could do a game thing where we all connect in
Or
some way.
we could challenge some of our listeners too, man. They could come on and we could
'Cause
go like
In
like
theory,
WrestleMania mode. Man.
in theory, if Fred, if you have the same game as I do and we're playing on Nintendo Switch, we could play online against each other and then just stream that from here, from the main studio.
I would think so.
Huh. You can get AJ involved in this. AJ could come here.
Oh yeah.
Johnny could stream from his place. He's got a Switch too. AJ, you got to get a Nintendo Switch and get on my family plan. Like Fred and Johnny are already on my family plan. I pay for their online Nintendo Switch subscription.
What? I wouldn't even know how to begin.
Well, because I have a
no
family
idea.
plan and you can get like 8 names on it, and I'm like, well, I don't, I know a certain amount of people that I trust who have Nintendo Switches. So Fred and Johnny are definitely on it.
So
I
I
could
don't
put
get
you
it.
on
So
my
you can
Apple
play for
family
free?
plan.
I think I have one, but thank
Apple Music.
you. You pay for my cell phone. All right, how about that?
No, that doesn't seem fair.
Oh,
I have no idea what you guys were saying there, but it sounds like fun.
that's good, AJ. Okay.
Yeah.
You guys want to talk about fights? There's fights this weekend. We could talk about those.
UFC 294, man.
You interested in this? You like this?
Man, it was great, and it became like, how does he put it? Make UFC great again. Even better. This is crazy, man. It's gonna be a crazy card.
Do you think
There's
this is
gonna be
better?
a lot of. I think so. Who doesn't want to see Usman fight? Come on. Isn't that a better fight? Don't you want to see Volkanovski? Come on, man. I'd rather see Volkanovski over. Listen, I love Charles Oliveira. I've seen him, from nothing to something. But man, who doesn't want to see the Volk? Except you can't fight in Australia because they take a big chunk of your tax. Just saying.
Volkanovski doesn't seem to mind
screwed
fighting in
McNessie.
Australia.
Yeah, but how many times does he
Makhachev.
fight in Australia? Most of the time he's fighting in Vegas. Yeah, but he could get the full pay. But Makhachev, as a tourist, probably got hammered hard on his taxes for that fight. Just
Okay.
saying.
Tax attorney AJ DeLesio here joining us on the program tonight. He's going to give us some information about a 401k at the end of the program, so that'll be interesting. Stay tuned for that. He'll tell
Just
you
give me
how
your
to
money. I'll invest it.
in your RRSPs, and he'll give you his take on the interest rate, whatever that means. All right?
Just show me the money.
That'll come later in the program, and it'll be complete nonsense.
Well,
I look
listen,
forward
man,
to it.
Some people made some good money in the last couple of weeks, man. Drake made some good money,
How about Fred?
winning with Fred made some
How
good
about
money.
Team Fred last
was on a
weekend?
bank.
Winning.
He did. Team Fred, yep. Bet 99, man. If
Congratulations
you want
to
win,
Fred.
listen to us.
Fred's parlay won last week. He took Michel Pereira with a win over Andre Petrosky in the first round, a TKO, and he also took Edson Barbosa, the underdog, who I also picked to win. I had a couple
didn't think that was
losses.
gonna
No, I
happen.
had one loss on my parlay that kind of screwed my parlay, but Edson Barbosa won, so Fred had a 2-fight parlay that paid out pretty good, and it won
Yep.
last weekend, so congratulations, Fred.
I didn't think Barboza was going to come out because I went the opposite way, but man,
He
I
looked
was
great.
impressed with it. But he looked amazing. But Pereira, holy smokes, can this guy deliver or what? And he's so big, man. I mean, he's impressive. At that weight, man, he is dangerous. He's one of those guys that you didn't see coming. He's there. He's impressive, man. Wow.
Yep, he's very good. My parlay fell short a little bit. I gave you Melissa Dixon, who won. Jonathan Martinez, who won, but then Jennifer Maia lost a close decision, 29-28. I thought she pulled off the third round, but the judges felt otherwise. So Araujo won that one, and that's how the Team Dave parlay fell, which sucked.
It fell hard, man.
Yeah.
We both fell on that one. Because
it was disappointing. I liked before when Jonathan Martinez won. He beat Adrian Yanez. AJ in the group chat was like, "Oh no, there goes our parlay," and I'm like, "No, you picked Martinez." He's like, "Oh, what?" Like he thought he had lost and was really disappointed. But yeah.
What an impressive fighter, man! Holy smokes!
So Fred was making money for the Ringside Report Network last weekend.
And he made it, man.
15% is saying if you bet $1 on a parlay for every underdog to win, the payout is $150,000. Kind of mind-boggling. Yeah. I mean,
for
I don't know if that's true.
Makes sense. Yeah.
I don't know if that's true for this card.
Within 2 fights, you're gonna lose it. Yeah, because there's big underdogs. Because like I don't want to give my parlay right away, but I'm working on a parlay with a lot of favorites, and it doesn't pay that much, man. Because there's a lot of big favorites and big underdogs. So if you go on the big underdogs, of course, it's gonna pay a lot. But who actually thinks some who is Alice Cara fighting? I'm forgetting, man. He's fighting Warley Alves. You think Warley Alves is going to beat him? I doubt it.
No, that's almost an impossible thing.
Exactly. You think Gafurov is going to beat Saeed? I don't think so. So, like, there's some big underdogs.
But Fred,
he's pretty good.
just for sake of argument, I agree with you, right? Underdogs are underdogs for a reason. I agree with you. But I'm looking at bet99.com, and you can bet with us over at bet99.ringsidereport.net, okay? And $1 on every underdog on this card, from fight 1 to the main event. $1 if you parlay every underdog on this card, you will win $19,514,178.98. You could make a bet right now at bet99.com, $1 bet for every dog to win, and you will win over $19.5 million.
Okay,
which is insane. I kind of want to make that bet because I would love $19.5 million, right? For a dollar?
Man, I'll put in my will that you get $1 because I'll predict that there will not be a card in my lifetime where all the underdogs win.
Yeah.
Shit happens.
It's pretty unlikely.
Listen, shit happens. Listen, I'm going to tell you quickly. Greece beating Portugal for the Euro and winning it. No one predicted Greece to pull it off. They beat Portugal twice at that time. Anything's possible. You never know.
Yeah, but that's one match. We're talking about 11, 12 matches on this card, 12 fights.
Listen,
every underdog. Greece on the same day that Greece is going to beat whoever, Portugal or whatever. You're telling me Cameroon's going to beat France, that Switzerland's going to beat Brazil, that all that's going to happen on the same day.
13 underdogs would have to come through. 13 underdogs, plus 240, plus 400, plus 260, plus 225. I mean, these are big, plus 425. A lot of big underdogs would have to come through. But on a $1 bet on a 13-fight parlay, if by some miracle it happens, you could win over $19 million at bet99.ringsidereport.net.
When your bookie declares bankruptcy.
Yeah. Bet99 can handle it, though. They can handle your action. And if you go to bet99.ringsidereport.net, you see a cool picture of me, which is pretty sweet. Look at that.
Look at that guy.
On the Bet99 site. That's me, guys. That's me on the site. Bet99.ringsidereport.net. Bet with us. That's pretty cool, right?
Yeah, man. You look like a movie star there, man.
Look at that, AJ.
The smile. Look, your head tilted. You look like a movie star.
Boom.
Look at that GQ.
That's on the website right now. You go there, you see that. That's me.
Look at that, Dave Simon.
Yeah.
Look at this guy. Look. Wow. George Clooney, man. I thought it was George Clooney. No, it's Dave. Wow.
I made it.
Look at that. For a bonus, up to $600.
Yeah. 100% deposit. Match. Do it. Now.
Who's the guy in the middle? Is that me?
You wish that was you with that physique. That's an avatar. That ain't you.
Knowing how your shoulders are, you probably can't bring them up that high.
I can't freaking.
Yeah, AJ, do this. AJ, do this.
I won.
Yeah, put your arms up over your head, bro.
Man, listen,
AJ's
this
the
week
only
was a
guy.
rough
You just
week,
have
man.
to grab him, and you just have to go boom, and there's a Kimura. It's just like it's
That's
there
it.
already. Just touch his
It's
arm,
not-
you put him in a Kimura.
Once the wrist hold is on, and then and the elbow, it's all over, man. Tap already.
That's good.
You don't have to
That's
close
good.
it. Just
Hey,
listen,
DJ
man,
Board
that's-
says he
that's
might
where
do
they're
that bet. DJ Board, I'm telling
do
you,
it,
man,
DJ, man.
if somebody told you you can bet $1 and you have a chance to win $19 million, I mean, a lot of people would take that bet. A lot of people are like, well, yeah, all right, what's $1 for $19 million? You're not going to win, but the chance, I mean, people, buy lottery tickets. It's basically the same thing.
True.
I think do you have a better shot at winning the lottery than this happening? I don't know.
Look, man. Listen to
One
this.
in
Think of this,
13 million.
Dave. Think of this, man.
649
All
is
it
one. 649 is one chance out of 13 million.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, this probably feels like one chance out of 19 million.
Listen,
Right.
man. You listen.
About that.
Look, the good thing about this is two guys are going in, and all it takes is one guy to win. And if it's your underdog winning all the time, that three-legged horse wins 19 races in a row. You're $19 million, dude. DJ,
I'll
do
give
it,
you
man.
an underdog.
Spin that record, DJ.
Enough
and
with the
don't
nonsense,
forget us,
though.
man.
I'll give you an actual underdog. And I'm picking him in the main
What?
event.
No, you're
Yep.
you're kidding. Who?
I'm doing it.
I gotta hear this, man.
I'm doing it.
I was like,
Oh,
don't come around and say I don't want to. Don't tell me the main card.
It's Volk
Don't pull
time,
that.
baby.
Oh,
Volk
man,
time.
Oh man, you're gonna choke on that one. No.
I don't think so.
I mean,
I
it's
got Volk in
it's-
the main event, plus 200. He had a really close fight with Islam Makhachev last time around.
Dude, but
He
it's
felt
like
the
such
power.
short notice.
It was close. Yeah, he's taking a fight on short notice, but the
Plus
guy
surgery?
is always
He's
training.
coming off of surgery.
What kind of surgery? He seems good. What are you talking about? He had a little bit of thing with his elbow. He is 100%. He's not had a full training camp. Islam Makhachev looks depleted. Do you see him at the press conference? He doesn't look good. He doesn't look healthy. There's something going on with this
cutting
guy.
weight.
Yeah, he's cutting weight. Wait to see if he actually makes weight. I'm not sure this fight's actually going to happen. I don't know if Islam's going to make it. I think Alex Volkanovski felt Islam
I'm surprised by your
Makhachev-
pick.
Yeah, I know. I'm
Yeah, me
surprised too.
too.
I mean, look,
Because
Islam
you
could
had-
win.
y-
Islam could
you're
win,
the-
but look, the takedowns didn't really work. They didn't really do much last time around. Like, he couldn't really control Volkanovski. He couldn't really put Volkanovski down. And at the end of that fight, it was Volkanovski on top and Islam Makhachev in a whole bunch of trouble. And I think that momentum from the 5th round carries over. I think Volkanovski has figured something out about Islam Makhachev, and he is going for the kill. He is going for 100% flurry, wide open, trying to get that quick knockout in Islam Makhachev, and I don't think Islam Makhachev is going to be able to withstand the pressure. I think Volkanovski is going to put pedal to the metal from the beginning of the fight. He's going to go right after him. He's not going to be worried about the takedown. He's not going to be worried about anything that's coming his way. He's going to go full force Alex Volkanovski and look to take the guy's head off. Makhachev has been finished before in the UFC. He's been knocked out before in the first round in the UFC. Volkanovski has never been finished in his MMA career, and I think if you put chin versus chin, Volk wins. I think if you go toughness for toughness, balls for balls, Volkanovski wins, and I think that's what Volkanovski is doing. He's doing like his countrymen in AC/DC, going balls to the wall. He's going all out, all the way, and he is
Heavy metal.
doing it and bringing home 2 belts to Australia. I got Alex Volkanovski in the main event, going to shock the world.
Look,
I'm surprised
Dave, you
because
gotta-
when they fought the first time, man, you were arguing that Islam had won pretty convincingly.
Yep.
And I was the one saying, yo, Volk did good, man. Maybe Volk won 2 or 3 rounds and all that. But I'll tell you what, I'm going with Makhachev, and my biggest reasoning is because when they fought last time in Australia, the time between the weigh-in and the fight was about 24 hours, whereas now it's going to be back to the 36 hours that they usually have to get their weight back and all that. And I think that's going to make a huge difference because Makhachev is the one cutting a lot of weight, so that extra time is going to help him recover. And Volk probably doesn't cut that much weight. Although taking this fight at 10 days in advance, I'm not sure what type of weight he's coming in, and so he walks around 180 from what I read. So if he has to go down from 180 to 155, that's still a pretty big cut. But I'm gonna go with Makhachev, also full training camp, and he probably won that first fight, man. So I gotta go with Makhachev.
Not that he did win it. And the thing is that I agree with you, Freddie. You're absolutely right. And the thing is that you got to be in fight camp ready to go up against a guy like Islam. No doubt about it. When you're coming on a 10-day notice just because Charles Oliveira is not fighting and you step in, that's dangerous. And like I said, he's coming off of surgery. He doesn't have that fight camp readiness. You're going up against Islam. Yeah, you know how he fights, but this is a different fight. If you're not full fight camp ready to meet a guy like Islam, who is so dangerous, who's been in Abu Dhabi for a long time now, he's okay. He's been there. He's going to be fine. You're in trouble. And I'm going to tell you this. The only good thing, like you said, what I agree with you, Dave, is that Volk, if he has that striking capability, for a short guy, the guy has a 71-inch reach. He has a 1-inch reach above Islam, which is completely weird, man. It's a freaky thing, man. He has these long arms. But you're right. If he's able to connect, he could probably knock Islam. But the thing is that you're going up against a Dagestanian, a relentless wrestler. He's going to power through you. He knows how Volk is going to fight, and he's not going to do the same mistakes that he did in the first fight, which he won. It's going to be tough, dude. I love Volk, but let me tell you, coming in from Australia, 10-day camp, not even. 10 days is nothing. Think about where you were 10 days ago and having to fight a guy like Islam. I saw the videos with Islam, man, training. He's like dousing himself in snow, jumping into ice rivers. This guy is just a hardcore athlete who is ready to fight anybody in the world right now, but he's had a full camp, man, to do it. It's going to be tough, dude. You look, anything's possible. That $1 bet that could give you $19 million, Volk can pull it off. If anybody, he can pull it off. Listen, man. I think Islam's going to win, but Volk is capable of winning even with 10 days notice.
There was a pause after listen, man, so I thought like you were done, but usually after you say listen, man, there's more because you say listen, man.
No, I don't have one.
You go
card like that.
You go listen,
bet.
man.
I'm thinking like that $1
and you just
bet.
stopped.
I mean,
I was like, what?
Volk
what
can
happened
pull it
there?
off.
Anyways, yeah, I think Volkanovski.
I'm doing the Biden.
You know, it's just a feeling I have about Volkanovski in this Saturday night. I just think he's in the right mind frame. The way he's been talking, I really like. The way Islam was talking, I didn't like so much. Islam goes through this grueling camp with all his team, and he's put through the paces. And yeah, it prepares you, and iron sharpens iron and all of that. But sometimes, you know, it's just hard. And your body's just like wrecked after a grueling camp with a very tough team. So I don't know. I think that the training camps maybe take something out of him. And I think that Volkanovski is coming into this fight without the burden of a training camp. And I think that at a certain stage for certain fighters, like you don't need all of that preparation. You don't need the big training camp. You know how to do the thing in the octagon. You know how to do what you do to win fights. You know how to fight.
Yeah, but you want him to push the pace.
You don't need 8 weeks to prepare how to fight. You know how to fight.
You said early on in your analysis that you wanted Volk, you thought Volk could bring the fight to Islam. Mm-hmm. Does he have his cardio ready for 5 rounds? I mean, those are things I would ask.
Yeah, but that's the thing. I don't think he's looking to go 5 rounds. Like I think he might gas himself out chasing the knockout, but I think he'll find it. You know what I'm saying? Like I just think he's going to go full force, go all the way. I think he felt what Islam was capable of, and he realizes he doesn't really have it to finish him. He's like, whatever Islam does, whatever positionally he does to me, I'll be able to get out and I'll be okay. I think Volk has more finishing power than Islam. I think Islam is going to have a lot of trouble finishing Volk on the ground. He's had trouble doing that. And I feel like Islam could win a decision, but I think Volk is going to win the knockout. I think Volk wins by knockout in the first couple of rounds. I think he puts Islam out quick, and it's shocking. But look, man, like, you guys are skeptical, and that's cool, but it's not like we haven't seen crazy things in the UFC before. It's not like we haven't seen guys take fights on short notice and win championship fights that they should never have won. Remember when Bisping beat Luke Rockhold for the championship? Like, what happened there? Remember when Sean Strickland just beat Israel Adesanya recently? No one was expecting that. No one was expecting Sean O'Malley to beat Aljamain Sterling. Somebody called that one, though. That was I called that one. But, no one was really expecting a lot of these fights to go down the way that they did. A lot of these fights were, big underdogs pulling off huge upsets, and everybody was like, I can't believe it happened. And I get it. Islam Makhachev is a beast. But, guys, it happens all the time. You know what I mean? It happens all the time. And we're talking about Alex Volkanovski here. He made it really close last time with Islam Makhachev, and I think he's going to get the job done on Saturday afternoon. We'll see. Should be a good fight, though. I mean, like, Islam could easily win, guys. I'm not saying it's a done deal, but I just feel something about Volkanovski this Saturday. How about the co-main event? Khamzat Chimaev minus 310, the favorite. Kamaru Usman plus 245, the underdog. This one at 185 pounds. Khamzat seems evil this week. Have you guys seen any of the press conferences or anything? He just seems like an evil man. He seems frightening. I wouldn't want to fight him.
Scary guy. Did you see him? Did you see the way he picked up DC when they were fooling around?
Yeah.
I don't know if you saw that. He picked up DC. DC's a big man. He picked him up off the ground in the air, like about 2, maybe 3 feet off the air. And I'm like, holy shit, how strong is this guy, man? Khamzat is scary, freakish, strong. And DC, didn't even want to, engage. He was like, oh, fuck this, man. I love DC, one of my favorite fighters of all time. But to see someone pick him up like that, I was stunned. I was like, holy shit. Very dangerous. And I love Usman, but you've got a beast coming in. You've got danger, man. And this guy, he's like, you're right. He's like evil. He's got that predator look, but he can back it up. I don't know if this is a great fight for Usman to come into, at this stage of the game. I think he should have stepped back a little bit and waited. But you know what? This is going to be a good money fight for him. But, man, it's hard, man, to see Usman. I don't want to see Usman lose. But he's going up against something very dangerous. This is like a Komodo dragon on the hunt, man. Scary.
I think Usman's going to lose. I think Usman loses.
Yeah, I got Khamzat. Again, not a full training camp. Usman, that scares me a little bit. I'll give him props for taking a very dangerous fight. But, hey, the reward is there if he wins. It's a title shot. So I'm going to go with Khamzat. Probably, I expect him to maybe finish Usman with TKO or something like that. Just overwhelm him, put him on his back, and hurt him. And also, I know Usman said there's nothing, but during his public training with Gaethje, he told Gaethje, I popped my knee, and they stopped right away their training. And then he said, no, I'm all right and all that. But being a guy that has knee problems, man, when your knee pops, man, like when my knee pops, I feel it for at least 10 days. There's a pain there. So I don't know, man. Usman to me is getting old. He's getting maybe a little stiff where his knees won't give him the mobility that he needs and things like that. So I hope I'm wrong. He was a great champion at welterweight, but I think his prime is behind him, and Chimaev has this Saturday. He's gonna win this.
But Freddie, you're right. He's one of the greatest fighters of our generation, man. Usman was like everything. He's lost those 2 fights, but we cannot forget what he's done for the game. But I agree with you. When I saw that video when they were training and I saw his eyes open up, I know that feeling. Obviously, we have knee problems and my knees popped out. That wasn't a joke. That was like it popped out and slid back in. But you're right. that means you're going into the fight with, like, I think it was his right, so it's his back step. You know it's not going to be 100%. You're coming on a 10-day fight notice. You're not going to back away from this fight. You're going to take this fight, but you already have, like, one leg down. Because that was a real injury. You could see it on his face. Something happened there. Of course they're going to blow it off. They have to. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because the commission would stop the fight. If he's got a real injury, the commission's going to come in and be like, no, there's no fight here. So Usman had to make a public statement saying, guys, there's no way you could hear that. You see Usman's statement about it? Because there was a public workout, and Usman takes Gaethje down, and Usman kind of winces, and Gaethje's like, you okay? And Usman goes, it popped. I heard a pop, right? He says, I heard a pop.
Exactly.
You can clearly hear what he's saying because there's cameras everywhere. And Usman makes a statement on Twitter, Instagram. He's like, guys, come on. You think you could hear it? There's so many people. There's no way you could hear me. And I'm like, dude, there's cameras everywhere with microphones. What do you think is going on? It's a media workout. What?
And as the knee gets cold, that's when the pain comes in. Because when it happens, it's hot, so you still could walk on it because it's probably just a minor pop. But that pop, once it cools off, it starts hurting, man. So I don't know, man.
But I've heard about Usman's knees. Like, they've always been bad. Like, Usman's knees has been bad his whole career. I don't think he's got meniscus in either of his knees. Like, he's got really bad knees, both of them. And, I mean, he had bad knees when he was world champion and crushing people. So,
yeah, they're probably, but again,
But this is a different kind of guy.
He's...
This is Khamzat Chimaev, like, this is the new guy. This is the new terror of the UFC, and this is a fight at 185 pounds now. Kamaru is 36 years old. Khamzat is 29. Khamzat just seems to be the guy that's on right now. He's undefeated. He destroyed Kevin Holland back in September of last year, which was his last fight, which is odd. I don't know why Khamzat's been out of action for so long. Usman's coming off 2 straight losses to Leon Edwards. This is a weird fight. It's supposed to be Paulo Costa. Usman takes it on short notice, and I guess the UFC, as a prize for Usman, said, well, if you beat Khamzat, you'll get a middleweight title shot. So that's kind of cool, right?
Yeah.
Khamzat Chimaev getting a title shot will be real interesting, especially if he could beat Usman, then Khamzat versus Strickland. Because Adesanya's out, right, guys? I don't know if you guys saw this, but Adesanya did an interview. He's like, I'm taking time off. I'm going to be gone for a long time. I don't know when you'll see me back, but when you see me back, I'm going to crush people and da-da-da. And I'm like, all right, cool. But Adesanya seems like he's going to take some extended time off to heal up and deal with whatever he's got to deal with. So he seems semi-retired, quite frankly. Like, I think he'll only come back for a really big fight. I think Adesanya is just kind of out of the mix and not chasing the belt. I think he'll come back for something really big, Whoever comes out of that middleweight title mix, he'll come back and fight them. Yeah.
He's been so active. Like, he just needs time off. And like, he says that, but I expect him to be back within a year. Like, at most, he's going to take a year off, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, if not longer.
We'll see.
If not longer. He's going to do what the John Jones thing is. He's going to take his time, recover fully, get back into a proper training camp, maybe change, like his formula, to better meet the guys are going to be at the top of the throne. Israel's doing the right thing. And that's what I think where Usman made a mistake. I think Usman should have stepped back, not take this fight. And to be honest, even if you don't hear the pop in the knee, you don't have to hear the pop. You can feel it. And the eyes made you realize something happened. Look, it's going to be a tough one for Usman. He's fighting a guy who's much bigger. Like, Khamzat is a beast. He's going to be a bigger fighter. He's going to actually have like a smaller reach, but overall size and whatnot, and just power and strength. If he has a weak knee, what he did to DC just by picking up, by joking, shows you what's going to happen on Saturday night. If Khamzat gets it to the ground, it's going to be a bad night for Usman. It's too bad, man. I love Usman. But I think he should have just waited on this fight.
Shout out to Patrick C. Hamilton dropping a super chat. He says, interesting article on your website. Good job. Volkanovski has to win to meet Topuria. Yeah, I was just kind of looking at that article, and there's a couple mistakes that I see in it, so I don't know. But Topuria is probably Volkanovski's next opponent. Right? I
If
mean,
he wins.
unless he wins, if Volkanovski wins,
But
yeah.
wasn't there talk about like an interim title maybe going on in Toronto for 145 if Volk wins? I'm trying to remember. I think I saw like some people were saying that.
Yeah, I think if Volk wins, they might do an interim championship to Poirier and Max Holloway. I think there's talk of that. But Volkanovski says that he plans to fight in January and I guess defend the featherweight title, but I don't know. I think if he wins, he might fight somebody at lightweight. I don't know. That'll be an interesting question. You know, does Volkanovski keep defending the featherweight title if he becomes a lightweight champion, or does he just start fighting lightweights? Don't know. We'll see. I think if Volkanovski beats Islam Makhachev, his next fight should be against Conor McGregor.
What?
Yeah, he should get paid, and you could have, you know, a former featherweight champion and a former lightweight champion against the featherweight champion and the lightweight champion. Go for it.
When Volkanovski was announced for this fight, I was surprised they didn't put Chandler in, because if by miracle Chandler would have beaten Makhachev, you have right there your Chandler McGregor super fight.
I was more surprised they didn't put Mateusz Gamrot in, because they had announced him previously as the backup for this fight. If anything happens, Gamrot will be there. It's like, okay, something happened. No, it's Volkanovski. What about Gamrot? You know,
He's still there in case.
he's still there.
Yeah.
He's still somewhere, I think. I don't know.
Well, he's getting a trip to Abu Dhabi, hotel set up. He's gonna get paid. He's gonna get it's a great gig, man. Getting paid to do nothing, man. I'll do that.
I think Khamzat Chimaev is going to beat Kamaru Usman. I don't think they're going to wrestle too much. I think it's going to be mostly a stand-up fight that Khamzat wins. Like, why engage Kamaru Usman in a takedown battle? Like, why try to take him down? You know how hard it is to take down Kamaru Usman? Why bother if you're Khamzat Chimaev? Why bother if you can beat him standing up? I think he can.
But I expect Chimaev to be putting a lot of pressure. Like, yeah, it's probably going to be standing up, but I expect Chimaev to be pushing forward a lot. And if the takedown is there, whether it's like on the fence or something, he's going to go for it. But yeah, I expect him to be standing up, throwing a lot, and pushing the pace forward.
Yeah. Yeah. That's what he does. Super aggressive, right? He goes forward. So we all got Khamzat in the co-main event. We're all going with Khamzat Chimaev. That's interesting. All right, we're unanimous there on the favorite. How about Magomed Ankalaev against Johnny Walker? AJ, I know you love Johnny Walker, your boy, coming in as an underdog in this fight. He is plus 275. My guy, Magomed Ankalaev, minus 350.
Yeah, I mean, it's a tough one. Like, Johnny's there, man. He's back. Like, he's one win away, and he could be back at, like, what I said years ago. This guy could be a champion. Do I think it's gonna happen? Listen, if it was anybody else, maybe, but not against Magomed. It's gonna be tough, man. I like Johnny, but yeah, it's gonna be a tough night for him. He dances well, by the way. You ever see his TikTok? I always say that. You see his TikTok videos or Twitter. Johnny can dance, man.
I don't watch videos of Johnny Walker dancing in my spare time, AJ. I don't know why you're doing that, but, that's fine. I know you really like the guy. I didn't know you liked him that much. I think he's going to get destroyed by Magomed Ankalaev. I think Ankalaev outclasses him in every way. Johnny Walker hits hard. He's got a puncher's chance. I just don't think it's going to happen. I got Magomed by decision. Maybe a submission, but I got Magomed. I think he's for sure winning. I'm very confident in that one. Very confident.
I got Magomed also, but I'll just say Johnny's on a good streak, and he's looked good in those last 3 fights. He's on a 3-fight winning streak, and some of them he looked very, very evolved. He has evolved as a fighter. He's probably more mature, etc. Yeah, but yeah, I think Ankalaev is a better fighter and should win that. The odds are maybe a little too much, though. Minus 350, I think I saw for Magomed. Yeah, that's a little maybe high, but I expect him to win.
I think that's about where it should be for this one. Magomed, I'm very confident Magomed wins this fight. He's going to come back from that last one. Close fight. It was a draw with Jan Blachowicz that I think he won. And now, he's back. He's had a long time to recover. He's trained for this one. I just have a lot of confidence in Magomed Ankalaev. Big, strong guy. Still young. He's 31 years old. Just entering the prime of his MMA career. Hasn't really been defeated in the UFC outside of that Paul Craig fight where he lost in the last second of the last round by submission. He was winning
that fight.
Yeah, big time.
Like strongly. Like it wasn't just like Eli was like winning every round. Like, I won't say a 10-8, but sometimes it's just bad luck. We saw that with Anderson Silva, man. Chael Sonnen. Things can happen at the last minute. Never drop your guard because that shit happens. And that's an unfortunate loss because if they fought 100 times, Magomed would win 99 times.
Yeah.
That's for sure.
The
but
other
shit
fights
happens,
on
man.
this
That's
main
the
card
dollar
here,
for
AJ?
19 million.
What?
That's the dollar for 19 million. That's the type of shit that can happen sometimes.
Johnny Walker winning.
Well, Johnny Walker beating Ankalaev.
He'd have to win for that 19 million parlay to come through.
Yeah, it's going to be hard. I mean, there's not too many holds in Magomed's game, man. And, when as a relentless wrestler, the power, I think Johnny Walker's never fought anybody to this guy's level in my opinion. But, Magomed, did go to a draw with Jan, which I thought he won in my opinion. But anyways, look, shit happens again. Sometimes you get unfortunate calls. That's why I never leave it in the hands of the judges because chances are you're going to get screwed. That's why Magomed is not going to make that same mistake. He's probably learned you got to finish these guys, if not early, decisively, and not make yourself drop guard like he did with Craig and lose it. But shit happens.
You think
man.
You can learn to not go to the judges for
what I'm trying to say. Well, what I'm trying to say is that you gotta go out and really dominate the fight, try to knock him out, submit him, ground control, whatever it takes to win. Because
you think he needs to be more aggressive.
Well, the thing with Johnny is, like Fred said, is that he's on a good fight streak. He's been looking good lately. So Johnny's coming in thinking he could beat him. Magomed can't take this lightly. He has to destroy him in the first couple of rounds, man, and end it. Screw the decision, go to distance. He's there's no real holes in this guy's game. So end it. And I love Johnny. I thought Johnny would be a future champion way, way back, man. He's not too far away from it now, but, I think his time, he's kind of, I don't know. His time was in the past. I don't think he has what it takes to pass a guy like Magomed. So it's gonna be a brutal fight, I think, for Johnny on Saturday.
All right.
At least he can always dance.
Well, he won't be dancing after the fight. We'll see what Magomed leaves him with. We've got Ikram Aliskerov taking on Warley Alves. This is supposed to be Aliskerov versus Nasruddin Imavov, but Nasruddin, I think, got hurt, so Warley Alves stepping in as a late replacement. I've got Aliskerov in that fight. Then you got Said Nurmagomedov, another Nurmagomedov, taking on Muin Gafurov, and I'm going to go with Said in that one, too. And that'll round out the pay-per-view card. We got some prelims. Tim Elliott against Mohamed Mokaev on the prelims. That's a good flyweight fight. Javid Basharat against Victor Henry is an interesting one, too. Abu Azatar against Cedriquez Dumas. And Sharabuddin Magomedov against Bruno Silva to open up the card is pretty good. I always like Bruno Silva fights. So some interesting fights here coming up on Saturday. But to me, it's really about those three fights that we just broke down. Makhachev, Volkanovski, Khamzat and Kamaru, and Ankalaev versus Johnny Walker. Everything else is cool and all, but those are the ones that are big time. Those are the big ones. You got thoughts about any of the other fights here, AJ, before we get to the parlays? I know Fred doesn't give a shit about these other fights.
I was going to say, I like Aliskerov. I know he only had one UFC fight, but I remember it. It was a nice KO. And I've seen some highlights and read some articles about him, and I think he, from what I get, he's a contender. He's a prospect, so keep an eye on Ikram Aliskerov.
Only loss in his career, 14-1. Only loss of his career, too?
Khamzat
Chimaev.
So I'm telling you, this guy, I think is a prospect, and keep an eye on him. And he's fighting a guy that's old and way past his prime. So
Yeah.
He's
I
lost
think
four, of his,
Aliskerov should
four of
win.
his last. He's lost 4 of his last 6. He's fighting a punching bag, but you know he's gonna win. You're just gonna have to figure out what type of manner he's gonna win by. It's gonna be tough, but man, that's like, that $1 bet for 19 million. It's gonna be tough to go through to get Alves as the win, on this one. But you never know, man. He cracked
yeah,
the
I'm
slip
not.
on a
I'm
banana
going
peel.
the opposite. I'll give you my parlay right away. I'm going with the 5 favorites on the main card. That's what I have.
All right, let me give you my parlay because I have it set up already, and then I'll set up your parlay. I've got a parlay. It's a 4-fight parlay. Not a ton of value, but that's the problem with this card. It's very lopsided, right, as far as the odds. A lot of heavy favorites. Going with Javid Basharat to stay undefeated and get the win over Victor Henry, minus 550. The favorite is Basharat. Then I'm going with Mohamed Mokaev to get the win over Tim Elliott. Another big favorite there. Mokaev, minus 425. He's also undefeated. We've got Magomed Ankalaev over Johnny Walker, minus 350. And I've got Ikram Aliskerov, threw him on that parlay, minus 550. It's a 4-fight parlay from Team Dave that gets you 44.37 on a $20 bet. Double your money on a 4-fight parlay. It's not great, but I'll give you some other stuff to make it a little more fun.
A little juicy.
I'll make it a little juicier.
Sizzle.
What could we do here? Could we do? I'll give you some single bets. All right, let's clear all this. Let's give you some single bets over at bet99.ringsidereport.net. And we're going to go with Volkanovski plus 200. Okay, put a little 20 on Volkanovski, you win your 60. We got Volkanovski getting the win. I like it. So I'm going with a side bet too. I think that's it. Fred, what's your parlay? It's all the favorites? So
Saeed,
yeah.
Iskram, Khamzat,
Yeah.
Makhachev. I'm missing somebody.
I'll give it to you. Here it is. He's
Ankalaev.
going with Islam Makhachev, Khamzat Chimaev, Magomed Ankalaev. A lot of Evs on this card. All right. Ikram Aliskerov and Saeed Nurmagomedov. And plus 309.
Are they all
20,
from Russia?
20 gets you 81.75. They are all Russian. All Russian. Maybe all from Dagestan, too. Freddie going with the Dagestan special. He's going with Makhachev, Chimaev, Ankalaev, Aliskerov, Nurmagomedov. All Russia special from Team Fred. I like it. They're all heavy favorites, so it's pretty likely to happen, right? I mean, it seems very possible.
I think extremely possible. And
Is that what you're doing too?
listen, man, and you know what? Since Freddie went with the same picks I'm going with, I'm going to have to put a little sizzle to it. I'm going to have to go with the manner of win. Just, change it up a bit here. So, obviously, I'm going with
That
this
will
line
be your
for the
error.
win. I know, dude. I know I'm going to – listen, man. Look, I can't pick the same things you did, which I am going to pick, but I got to make it a little bit juicy, right? We are Bet99, So, look, Islam is for the win. I think he's going to win by unanimous decision. I think he's going to take it the distance. Volk is not going to go down. I don't think anybody's going to get knocked out, but I think a unanimous decision goes to Islam. Then we're going to go to Khamzat. Khamzat, man, this is the Komodo Dragon coming in. I think, going up against Usman, just knowing that he has a bad knee and whatnot, if it's that right back step that he has to use, it's going to be hard, man, for him to throw power punches. That's what I think is gonna be the thing for Khamzat. I think he's gonna knock him out. I think the win will be by TKO or KO, one of the two. Let's go. Let's see my notes here. Then we're off to Magomed. This is going to be a nice one. I think this is going to go to distance as well. I think Magomed is going to win by decision. a unanimous decision, and I don't see anybody getting knocked out unless Johnny Man pulls off a Hail Mary and knocks out Magomed. But je pense une marche. So I'm going for the decision on that. On the Ikram fight, man, I think this is going to be a walking punching bag. It's going to be a stoppage. TKO in this one. I think Ikram is going to win by TKO. And, man, I'm going to do it again. I'm going to go with Saeed. This is going to be a tough fight, man. You know, Muin, whatever you say his name, Gavurov, he's one tough fighter, man. This guy is dangerous, man. He was in one championship. You know, he fought John Illiker back in the days, man. It's going to be a tough one. This could be something that could go wrong, you know. But I'm going to give the win to Saeed, and I'm going to go with the unanimous decision on this as well. I think it's going to go to distance. And that's how I end it, man. Take that to the bank.
Jeez. Well, okay. It's quite a parlay. It's a lot of work for me to keep up with it.
Yeah,
Here
I know,
it is.
but I had to, man.
Shut up. Here it is. Islam Makhachev by decision, plus 185. Khamzat Chimaev by knockout, plus 190. Magomed Ankalaev by decision, plus 230. There's a lot of underdogs here. Ikram Aliskerov by knockout, plus 130. And Said Nurmagomedov by decision, plus 225. $20 gets you $4,077.54.
Now we're talking.
Cool. $4,000.
That's a possibility, man.
Yeah.
That's
AJ, if you hit that one, we won't make fun of you for at least like 6 months.
Oh, yeah. If you hit this one, you're a
like
legend.
6 weeks. I was going to say like at least 6 weeks, man.
This will not hit.
Till the end of the year, man. Listen, man, that's a possibility. Listen, does that sound crazy to you, honestly? Does that sound crazy to you?
No, but, you know, things don't always go exactly the way you think they will.
No.
And I think Volkanovski's going to win in the main event, so how about that? How about you know what'd be amazing is all the fights work out for AJ. Everything is by decision, by knockout, da-da-da. And then in the main event, Volkanovski just smashes.
Makhachev wins by Kimura or something.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Well, Volkanovski, man, by Kimura.
At 4:50 of the 5th round.
Yeah.
Listen, man. You know, it reminds me of the time I said this way back, the time that I put that parlay for Muscles Marco. It was a 7-fight parlay or something like that. The payout was $500,000. It was $499,000. We were at PJ's Pub. Everything was coming out, and I called the manner of win. And I said to Muscles, I said, listen, you bet this. Just keep in mind that it's not going to probably come out. It's not going to come out. I mean, it's so hard. We got to the last fight.
This is a fake story. I know it's a fake story. You just
Marco,
exposed your story. Because you said you told somebody to make a bet, and you're like, oh, this won't come out. This is what I think, but this won't come out. You've never said that ever. Whenever you place bets, you're like, it's going to happen. It's going to happen. You always say that. And then this one instance where it almost happens, you're like, oh, it probably won't happen. You're playing it all cool. Bullshit.
But it was the manner of wins, dude. If you don't believe me, Muscles will send you. He still has it pinned to his wall because that guy smoked so many cigarettes that night. I was getting nervous too because I'm like, holy shit, I might be right. It was by one.
In what year was that, man? We're not allowed to smoke in bars for like 20 years.
No, he was smoking outside.
Right.
It was back when PJ's was there. So this was about at least 7 years ago when we were at TSN.
At least.
I told you this story, man. And it was insane. I don't even know if Johnny was there. I got to find out. I can't remember if Johnny was there or not. But the thing is that it was so close that I started getting nervous. I'm like, holy shit, the guy's going to win. You know, and he's like, okay, this is getting crazy. Listen, shit can happen. Anything can happen. But in this card right now, the manner of wins that I said, that's a strong possibility with these guys. You know, it's a strong possibility. That's not a bad payout for $20, dude.
It's not bad, and maybe Team AJ will win, maybe Team Dave will win, maybe Team Fred will win, maybe we will. Well, we can't all win because I think we have some contradicting picks, but maybe we will all win in a way or two. All right? I wish victory for us all. Thank you to everybody tuning in here tonight. Shout out Patrick C. Hamilton. You are our Super Chat leader of the night with that 777 Super Chat, giving us that luck. I wonder if Patrick's putting money down this Saturday, who he's putting money down on. What team is he joining on Saturday? Shout out Lior, member of the team over at join.ringsidereport.net. Become a member. Support the channel, join.ringsidereport.net, like Lior does, like Patrick does. Appreciate you guys supporting the channel, keeping us going. And, yeah, we'll be back Saturday afternoon, 2 p.m. Eastern Time, for the UFC 294 Watch Along. We will watch the fights with you on Saturday afternoon. AJ will be here. I'll be here. Fred might be here. And I'll be here tomorrow night as well at 10 p.m. Eastern Time after SmackDown with Johnny North to talk about wrestling. I watched some wrestling this week. I watched half of Dynamite. I think that's all I've seen.
That's it?
Yeah, I didn't watch Raw because I just didn't want to, because it's not good. And I watched half of Dynamite because I just didn't feel like watching all of Dynamite. But I will catch up on Dynamite before the show tomorrow. I don't know how much Raw I'm going to watch. I know Cody and Jey Uso dropped the tag belts. I really don't think there's anything else that was noteworthy on that show. And I don't know if I need to watch it. It's become, like, irrelevant. So we'll see. We'll see how much wrestling I've watched tomorrow. I'll definitely watch SmackDown tomorrow before the show. So we'll talk about SmackDown. Roman Reigns is on that show. That's the show that matters, you know? He probably won't be on tomorrow. He was on last week, so that means he won't be on for another month or two. We might get lucky. Maybe the tribal chief will grace us with his presence. All right. See you all tomorrow night. Fred, I'll see you tomorrow. And so on. We'll do it. We'll do it up. Thanks, everybody.
Cheers to Logan Paul.
What?
Logan Paul, man. You didn't mention one thing about him.
Why? We did a goddamn watch-along for his shitty fight last Saturday, and I would rather never talk about him
And they sold
or his fights ever again.
Pay-per-views.
Did they really
They say
sell
they sold
1.3 million pay-per-views?
Yeah.
I don't know. That's what I think Dylan Dennis is saying. That
Right,
they
that's what
sold it.
Dylan Dennis is saying, Fred. Like, I don't believe anything that guy says.
Yeah, but he's not making much out of it. He didn't get any cut out of it from what I heard. So
He said he made over $1 million. Yeah.
Which is good.
he did?
That's what he
What did he do?
says. Maybe not.
It was
though.
the shitty. Listen, Dylan Dennis, nothing to brag about, man. I was expecting way more from
horrible.
that fight from you, dude. It was like ridiculous.
And then they
But
followed
listen,
it
Logan
up
Paul-
with another terrible fight right after that you made me sit through. Like, that was awful.
KSI.
That was
Tommy
the
Fury,
worst
listen,
pay-per-view of the
KSI
year.
Listen,
I've
KSI,
not
at least
seen
he
anything
gave
worse
the
in
fight.
2023 than that pay-per-view. That was garbage. Garbage.
It was pretty bad, but
So
at least
bad.
KSI came out to fight. You know, Tommy Fury was throwing. I mean, at least there was a fight, you know, with the main card. But Logan was fighting, you know, hands down. You know, I was hoping that he would knock out Dennis at one point. We were saying it.
All right.
But
You
listen,
fuck off.
man.
I don't want to talk about this stupid
All right,
fight
good night.
anymore because that fight
Yeah, man.
fucking sucked. It was garbage. We're done.
It
Thanks,
was.
everybody, for watching. It's Ringside Report MMA on the Ringside Report Network.